Test, test, test. Okay, we're good to go. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys have all been doing okay. We have a lot to talk about today because something that oh, Loki says hello. There's a lot of chaos going on in the market right now as far as banks and stuff. And let me give a treat to Loki because this is important. Hey, go have fun and play with your treat. There you go. Go play with your toys. But there's a lot of crazy stuff going on today. I know it's like 7:43 in the morning, and normally I'm trading right now and not actually streaming. But there was so much chaos, I wanted to hop on board. So I am. Let me go over here. I am listening to CNBC slightly as I talk to you guys at this moment in time. But everything going on with Silicon Valley, Silvergate, it's definitely having an effect right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned. And I think here's the reasons why. Before we start going over here to the chart data and things like that. So Silvergate, there's some trouble there because that's how a lot of crypto exchanges used to move money around left and right. It's definitely a piece of the puzzle here. And then on top of that, we have this more new news coming from Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley Bank is a huge venture capital bank. They supply venture capital funds and deals for tons of startups around the country. Right? Murdaugh is another big one. But right now, they have a lot of clients who are in the blockchain network, but they're not just any blockchain creators or not just like crypto coin creators that use Silicon Valley Bank that are having issues right now. These are usually people that have or businesses that deal with the infrastructure of the blockchain. A good way to make money down the road, if you guys are ever interested, is to make, if you guys are interested in starting a business up in like the blockchain space, has always been to go towards the infrastructure side because Amazon, Apple, Google, they're all looking to buy startups in this type of phase. So infrastructure. If you can help make their jobs easier, they're going to be more willing to pay for part of your company or just buy you out outright, or right at. They're basically willing to buy you out. Excuse me, guys. It's the morning time. But yeah, so because of that, we have broken down below 20,000 numerous times now, and we're still staying above the 200 daily moving average for now, following this death cross that we just had here, which is again not a great sign, but at least it's happening so far up. We still have an opportunity here to have a slight rebound. If you go over here to Ethereum is actually breaking down below this 200 daily moving average here, and it's definitely not what you want to see for sure. But as far as Ethereum is concerned, it's getting back closer to support if it hasn't bounced off it already earlier this tonight. Yeah, it's bounced off of support pretty much around that 1382 level or so. Could be better, but I guess that's what we're going to have to settle for now. As far as some other cryptocurrencies out there, you see Matic still breaking down, but again, bouncing off of that 200 daily moving average. Dogecoin here still breaking down. Dogecoin's next support level really isn't until about 6 cents or so, but it looks like it's following Bitcoin here and finding some smaller support levels here just from, I'm like very tight, not really strong support levels from way back over here in October of last year. Okay, but one of the things I want you guys to pay attention to right here is just look at the regional banks. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But PacWest Corp, that's down 20%. Western Alliance Banking Corporation down 17%. Some of these regional banks are getting hit pretty hard. The ones that are up quite a bit, let me see if I can go up here the other way. You know, not many regional banks are up right now. We have PNC Financial Services Group. PNC is pretty large. Texas Capital, that one's up a little bit. That's $2 billion. And Bank First Corporation, that's up about 1%. You may see a little bit better here because I have it under a mid over $2 billion. If you go to any here, you might see some other banks in here. But yeah, these are 89 million, 990. That's not even $1 billion market cap. 105 million market cap, 87 million market cap. These aren't really something that most of you guys are going to be trading at this point. See how they don't have too much volatility here. Not much volatility at all. As far as people buying and selling the actual shares. Let's go back over here. There you go. And as far as the Dow Jones is still well down below this 200 daily moving average here, following the death cross we saw a few days ago. Everything's kind of falling in place for us to continue the grind over the next few weeks. Especially with the jobs report that came in. It did lower the jobs for both, I believe, January and December, but not by much. I think it was like $45,000 there. And I think we'll be fine regardless of that as far as the economy. But You can see the Dow has broken down. That's going to lead to a couple death crosses down the road, which means the Dow might come all the way back down here to at least 31,500, 31,600 or so. You see the NASDAQ over here as well, bouncing off of the 50 and the 200 here. I'm very curious to see if the NASDAQ is going to be able to hold today. So far, it seems like the NASDAQ does want to hold here, guys. And if we do manage to keep that there, let me put this over here as far as that. Let's hide that. Let's go over here and make that into a daily. There you go. If we do manage to hold over this 200-day moving average here, that'd be a good move for Bitcoin going to tomorrow. That means Bitcoin could possibly bounce going into the weekend here before eventually getting more volatility as we get to the CPI data and the core CPI data, or the CPI data next week, okay? But we preferably want to see the NASDAQ stay above this today, okay, guys? Let's see. There you go. And hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you back, dude. I was about to end the stream because nobody was talking, or nobody, I feel like my stream isn't getting reached out today. SPY right here. SPY is also on the verge of a breakdown here, but also bouncing above support. If we could hold support, everybody, today, then we have a better chance of having Bitcoin, again, bounce off of these lows around like 19,600 where we currently are, or 19,900 actually. And then trying to make a move back up towards $21,000, $22,000 over the weekend. Next week is still going to be more problematic with the different types of inflation data coming out. If I were to go over here, there you go. This week, no, next week. So Tuesday we have consumer price index, the core CPI basically. But on Wednesday we also have core PPI. And then after that, we do have some initial jobless claims Thursday. I'm not too concerned about that. But Friday, we also have industrial production and capacity utilization. And the U.S. leading economic index. I would say Friday, Wednesday, and Tuesday are just going to be really big days for the market. So you may actually see a run-up going into Monday. We actually have a pretty robust day, followed by a few days of just really negative moves as far as the overall market's concerned, okay? And hey, the Razorback, sorry, busy at work. Oh, no worries, man. Thanks for watching. Hey, Island Time, I didn't get the notification. I don't know why it's not notifying people that much right now. Who knows what it is? Maybe I've been streaming too much. Actually, that's what it might have been. I might have streamed too many times and it's not pushing out the video. That could totally be it. But we'll see how it. We'll see how this turns out. Maybe I'll only stream for a few more minutes. And hey, Ray. Hey, Mike. Thanks for everything you do. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I'm looking at CNBC and it still says that the Silicon Valley Bank, their financial deposit outflows are outpacing their sales process. And so it looks like people are actually running into the bank to try to get their money rather than trying to go through a wire because the wire is taking too long. I guess maybe you can get like a $5-10 million money order or something like that. Hopefully that works out for them. But Silicon Valley Bank is definitely having some issues right now. Like if you go over here, Silicon Valley, we can just look at the CNBC article. There you go. Silicon Valley Bank financial in talks to sell itself after attempts to raise capital have failed. So the bank can't even raise capital. That's a really big concern because it should be fairly easy for a bank to raise capital if needed, and they're not able to do so. So we might actually have a bank fail if nobody wants to buy it. And when's the last time you guys have seen a massive bank fail? This is not some type of small bank. This is the Silicon Valley Bank. This is the bank for the Silicon Valley. I know the name is Silicon Valley Bank here. Excuse me, guys. Oosh. Loki. No. Beth. Yeah. Scammer with the word Beth. He's still peeking over my shoulder. But let's go over here very fast. Silicon Valley, a bank financial, a parent of Silicon Valley Bank, is in talks to sell itself. Sources told CNBC's David Faber. Attempts by the bank to raise capital have failed, the sources said, and the bank has hired advisors to explore a potential sale. Large financial institutions are taking a look at the potential purchase of SVB. However, deposit outflows are so far outpacing the sales process, making it very difficult for a realistic assessment of the bank by potential buyers to take place. The sources told Faber. Shares of the bank fell 60% on Thursday after Silicon Valley Bank announced a plan Wednesday evening to raise more than $2 billion in capital. The stock fell another 60% pre-market trading Friday before being halted for pending news. The news did not open for... Excuse me, guys. The shares did not open for trading with the rest of the market at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and are still halted. So if we go over here to Silicon Valley Bank, there you go. It says 106 bucks if you go to the 5-minute chart. It's still at the pre-market price. We're still stuck at 39 bucks, everybody. There's no big move here coming here. And hey, Danny, happy to see you. And hey, Ben, hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, so Silicon Valley Bank is definitely infecting the entire market here. And I'm wondering if Litecoin, personally, I don't know if Litecoin is having some issues here. Maybe I should actually try to search Litecoin. I didn't type that in properly. Okay, doesn't matter. Not Bitcoin. Litecoin. I don't see the big news. Let's go over here to Twitter and type in Litecoin. And the reason I bring this up, basically, no, not much news here. Okay, let's go latest. No, I don't know what's going on with Litecoin. So just so you guys can see, this is Silicon Valley Bank, but Litecoin right now is down about 7%. This thing has had a really, really bad few days. I mean, we had talked about this breakdown happening, multiple breakdowns. You had the first one here back on the 8th, the second one here yesterday. And, we're still continuing to fall down, everybody. I don't know if we're going to try to just hold this 200 daily moving average or if we're just coming back here to the order block of around 67 or so. Maybe that in between there was the trading range. But this is a pretty crazy move. It's having some really robust comebacks because the whole overall market isn't falling down nearly as much. So this might be a day trading opportunity for some of you guys out there that maybe want to trade the 15-minute chart or something close to that. But so, yeah, Litecoin is definitely down a lot more than a lot of other assets, and I don't know why. It's not like it's really up a lot. I mean, it's ran up. I guess just getting rejected off of the 200 weekly moving average was more than enough to get this thing to be coming back down and tanking the way it has. From the highs over here, it's down about 35%. This might have just been a catch-up game compared to a lot of other stocks. Because Matic from the highs over here, down about 40%. Link from the highs we had over here, down about 30%. I think it was just playing catch-up. Ethereum Classic over here, down about 32%. I think Litecoin was just playing catch-up to the rest of the market here. Because it did have a nice rally, but it wasn't facing too much capitulation here until it started to break down just a few days ago. Here's the 4-hour chart. You can clearly see when we broke down, retested, and then bam, we definitely took a big hit on this one. Death crosses happened a long time ago, though. Way back over here. Ouch. Yeah. Okay. We can watch the 5-minute on Bitcoin here. Okay. But SVB also announced a deal with an investment firm General Atlantic to sell $500 million of common stock, though that agreement was contingent on the closing of other common stock offering, according to securities filing. So they're pretty much in a pickle. And it's causing a lot of chaos in the market right now because there's like a fear that how do I articulate this for you guys, for those of you guys that are listening? And hey, Danny, my man, hope you're doing well. You want to buy some more Litecoin at $50 again, like I did a few months ago? You probably have the opportunity if Litecoin keeps on falling the way it is now. So you guys know we talk about bonds every so often on this stream, really about the rates and how much money you guys could own for just having bonds, right? So, you can make a few percent in about a year or a few months if you just hold it because interest rates are so high. The yields on a lot of these bonds are through the roof at this point. One of the concerns is, and I was actually just listening to this on CNBC right now, is if you guys have a substantial amount of money in your bank, which a lot of older people do, where they might have like $50,000 in their bank account, $20,000, whatever, or they have their savings account, or they have whatever. People are moving money out of their savings account that actually understand bonds or just kind of curious about bonds or at least have financial advisors. And let's say I have like $100,000 in a savings account. Instead of having a measly like 2% or 0.1% savings rate through Chase Bank or whatever, I could put all of that $100,000 into a bond, or $50,000 worth into a bond, and make 5% by holding it and letting them hold it for like a year or something. Okay, maybe 5% yearly interest is much better than what the bank is offering. And there's a fear there that if lots of average Americans, like average people that aren't millionaires and billionaires, start moving a lot of their savings and money over into bonds, like, and not a lot, but like enough, because not most people don't know how to buy bonds, right? But there's a fear there that if they start moving their money over to bonds to earn more money than the banks are going to give out in interest payments, what are the banks going to do for all that capital? So there's kind of a fear here of another like financial crisis. I don't think there's a really. I'm not really concerned about a financial crisis per se. I would say at this point, just because after we had the 2008 crash, everybody, there were some strict regulations put on banks, and they have to do what's called a stress test every now and again. And so that stress test will kind of simulate real world experiences in which what they might have to, manage a crisis in their own institution, make sure that if enough money is pulled out, they can still like do just fine. Those stress tests, as long as they keep on passing them, I'm pretty sure they're going to do. The banks will do just fine during this process. But to me, I think the big news out of all this here is that this shows, because of interest rates kind of messing with this bank right now, Silicon Valley, I think for certain we are just going to have a 25 basis point rate hike next week, in 2 weeks from now. We were kind of contemplating, hey, maybe we're going to have a 50, maybe it's just going to be 25, yada, 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 because of all this news about the stronger jobs numbers, the Fed coming out way more hawkish. At this point, with the bank kind of on the verge of collapsing because of these rate hikes, I don't know if they can go above 25 basis points. I don't think they will now. I think it's for a certain 25 basis point rate hike. And from there, I don't know if that means that they're going to try to stop raising rates earlier. I doubt it, because inflation is still relatively high, especially because we have CPI and PPI coming out next week. But, this is changing up the game here a little bit more, and we're starting to see some casualties of the rate hike craze that we've been talking about. Did you see the new thing about New York trying to say Ethereum as a security? Oh my gosh. I just don't know what they. I don't know. New York is kind of its own little thing. Excuse me, guys, and you guys know I still have that cold, but I would say you're definitely seeing more governments around the United States, not just the SEC. You're starting to see them get a little bit more aggressive as far as crypto is concerned, for sure. I'm hoping that they're able to, like, they're not going to be successful at kind of fighting these types of battles, but all it takes is really one liberal judge to really go after cryptocurrencies, right? Um, I guess it would depend at the end of the day what if like there's ever a huge battle that goes to the Supreme Court, and then maybe that can really determine what a security is and more clarity. We've had a few battles here and there, but I don't think like everything is still kind of up in the air after all those court battles, if that makes sense. What's coming up now? No, let's see, nothing going on right there. Okay, so yeah. And hey, Justin, happy to see you back, man. Dude, what's going on? The market's kind of in a crazy time. We got Bitcoin down almost 2%. Let's go to the daily chart. It seems like a lot of assets are trying to hold on to their 200 daily moving averages right now. I wish things were a little bit better for us, but I would say, this is a good short-term bottom that I'd be looking to buy. I mean, I already have a position right now, but that's kind of from yesterday, the fake one. But I have one that's relatively close to that, too. So I'm hoping we can try to get back up to 21,000, if not 22,000, sometime over this weekend. Not 22,000, but maybe like 20,000, 21,000 or so. Sometime this weekend, because I do think as we go into next week, if the CPI data remains bad, that's just going to give more weight to the Fed trying to raise interest rates for a longer period of time. Because of what's going on with Silicon Valley Bank and everything kind of having, these are the low ones, these are the low market cap ones. If I go back over here, over 2 billion, the big ones of the day, there we go. You got Silicon Valley Bank down 62%, PacWest down 26%, Western Alliance down 24%, First Republic down 20%, Signature Bank 13%, Bank of Hawaii 8% down, Axis Financial down 7%. Because of this, I don't think they can raise rates more than 25%, but I do think they can raise rates for 25 basis points more than they wanted to before. So instead of this upcoming one being the last rate hike, which I think everybody was kind of expecting, now we might have one or two more 25 basis point rate hikes going into the summer. Which will be interesting as everybody gets out for driving and stuff like that in the summertime, which it's kind of weird because you guys out here in Washington, it's still very wet and cold. Normally, we kind of warm up a little bit. California is having snow right now. Once things start to warm up, I expect a lot of people to go out and drive and have fun for the summer. Oil prices will rise up, maybe have a break at above $80 a barrel. And if that's the case, inflation should go up as well. The price of goods should start to go back up as well, and that may make inflation even stickier going forward. Which means that, of course, even if the economy starts to buckle a little bit here, Jerome Powell is going to have no incentive to actually try to cut rates. He might stop raising rates, but he's not going to actually stop cutting rates. Okay, so we'll have to see how all that plays out over the next few weeks, Justin. But important for you guys to know, just in case you guys don't know yet. Excuse me. God, I hate being sick, guys. I've been sick for way too long here. So we have a lot of data coming out next week. On Tuesday, we have core CPI. That's important for you guys to know. Wednesday, we have core PPI, another big one right there. So Tuesday, Wednesday, huge news. You guys need to understand those things. And then Thursday, we got housing starts, import price index, and jobless claims. I'm not too concerned, honestly, about Thursday. But Friday, we have consumer sentiment, economic index, capacity utilization, and industrial production. Big days there, okay? Big days for next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to be huge. And then going into the following week, the week after that, we have the Fed meeting, and that's the following Wednesday, okay? And so over the next few weeks, I'll be streaming quite a bit because I'll be going to Vegas, I think, like 3 weeks from now, something like that. So I won't be able to talk with you guys as much, but I want you guys to be prepared for all the craziness that's about to happen over this month. But all the good hope we had over here, it's getting crushed fast, and by banks, right? By Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank, definitely having some big issues here. Big issues here. Oh yeah, and guys, don't forget to vote on the poll here. I know 18 people have voted so far. It looks like which is hurting Bitcoin more this week, Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank. Let me know your guys' thoughts here, because I'd be pretty curious. And hey, Devout, XRP is definitely having some interesting times here as well. Not as bad. It's only down about 0.3%, or what is this? No, 1/3%. Let's go over here. Is there any big moves on this side? No. No, okay, sorry. I'm also listening to CNBC in my ear right now just to see if there's any big news as far as Silicon Valley Bank, because let me just add Silicon Valley Bank on here so I can just go back to it every now and again. I want to, let's drag this up here. I want to, let's go put it right below Bitcoin. I want to see whenever this thing opens up, Jesus, look how far it's fallen down. I want to see when this bad boy opens up, how far it goes down, because at this point it seems like it's going to go to zero. There's no hope for it, at least currently. I think, let me see, let's go over here to CNBC and see if there's anything happening here. Crypto bank signature slides on Friday amid troubles at Silicon Valley Bank, Silvergate. What the heck is signature? Oh, wait, we just talked about signature, didn't we? Yeah, signature bank. Which one do we want to go to? Those two signatures. I mean, they're both down about the same, so we can just go over here to this one that has 6%. That's fine. Wait, so what is the difference between these two? USA PE, that says a stronger PE. Okay, let's go that one. Oh, talk about a downward trend. Oh my God. Okay. Short float 6%. Those shorts are making money. Optionable, yes. Dividend 3%. March reports higher deposit share buybacks. Oh, they're going to be doing. Oh, they're an emergency mode. They're going to try to do buybacks in order to help themselves out. Wow. Okay, let's go down here very fast. And no sales from the bank as of yet. That's good. Downgraded January. Downgraded to 145. What's the current price? $79. Oh, geez. Weekly charts. Yeah, it's come back to pre-pandemic levels over here. No, this is back all the way up 2020-ish. Yeah. Pop this back over here. All right, but let me read that article very fast about what's going on with Silvergate, or Signature, excuse me. Crypto Bank Signature slides on Friday amid troubles at Silicon Valley Bank Silvergate. Signature Bank shares have dropped as much as 32% on Friday and were halted amid a sell-off in bank stocks that have continued for a second day. 32%? SB New York. This only says it's down 13. I wonder if it's halted or something right now. Oh, no, you can see the huge move it had. It got bought back up. Let's go over here to SB New York. Yeah, it went all the way down here to about $61. So I guess if you look at it from that perspective, from the close yesterday, it really did go down 32%. Holy shit, dude. The banks are kind of in a little pickle. You do see this kind of maybe inverse head and shoulders playing out right now. Maybe. Maybe if it manages to break out kind of around 83, 86, you might have a pretty robust move up here. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of chaos going on right now in this market space. Look at the daily chart. Yeah, I mean this thing used to be valued at $380. Now it's at 82. Well, it looks like there's a little bit of a bubble popping in the banking sector. Not something I thought I would talk about, but I guess here we are. Wow. Wow. But I'll let you guys know if Silicon Valley Bank opens back up. Right now, it's just halted, and it's not even showing the current price. It's showing the price from yesterday as it closed, which is pretty darn sad. All right, there we go. Let's put this back on the 15-minute chart. And hey, Danny, have a good day, man. I forget about people have work too. And hey, Usman, happy to see you back, man. Let me know if you have any questions. We're just chilling over here and watching some things as far as the market's concerned, because Ethereum is trying to find support really above some of these old support levels here. Let's go to daily. What? Yeah, way back over here. Yeah, way back over there. Jeez. But it's not even managing to hold the 200 daily moving average at this point. The dollar index is coming down, which is a good sign for stocks, but it's just not help. It's not enough at this point. It's coming down, breaking down below the 20-day moving average. That's good because this uptrend has been pretty shaky. Look at that. Yeah, for the weekly, we almost broke out above the 200 here. I wonder. Sorry, guys, I need to get a sip of tea. Damn, this cold sucks. I wonder if the dollar index is going down because now that we were just talking, like we were just talking about, because of this banking kind of disaster going on with Silicon Valley Bank and a few of these other regional banks, which are very crucial to the venture capital scene in America, I'm wondering if because of the troubles and Jerome Powell only going to be raising interest rates most likely by about 25 basis points now, I wonder if that's cooling off the dollar just a little bit because this most recent move in the dollar index was really caused by Jerome Powell, especially here during his hearing, talking about raising interest rates more, keeping them higher for longer, and not cutting them even in the terms of recession. I think this is just coming back down to normal levels, back to where we were before, because of this kind of, again, disaster going on with the overall market. It's like this, I mean, like, let me go back over here. This is banks regional, but if we go to normal banks, so like the Chase banks and stuff, banks diversified. There you go. What am I missing here? Oh, is USA making the, okay. You can see MUFG, Mitsubishi Financial Group, that's down 7%. That's a $90 billion market cap right there. SMFG, Sumoto Mitsui Financial Group, they're down 6.5%. NTB, this is Bermuda, down 5%. So you got the Japanese banks leading the charge. Bermuda banks, East West Bank Corp, that's the United States Bank, they're down 4%. Anything else that's really down right now? Let's go over here to just the market cap size so we can get some of the American ones. JP Morgan Chase is up 2. Bank of America is down. Wells Fargo is down just a little bit. HSBC is down 3%. Royal Bank of Canada is down. Geez, like everything is almost down for the most part. The only green I see is here is JP Morgan. go over to maps here very fast. Healthcare is up a little bit. That's good. Oil is up a teeny bit. Consumer cyclical's up a little bit. Tesla's up. GM is down though. Ford is down. You're seeing a pretty mixed market. Oracle didn't have good earnings yesterday either. Apparently, the market didn't like it. Oh, Oracle. Did Oracle break down? We haven't broken down from here. If I turn log off, does that do anything? No, that doesn't do it. Yeah. So Oracle might be coming all the way back down here to $81 or so, because we just clearly broke down from this one. Almost broke down here, but we're fine. Yeah, Oracle broke down, so that's not a good sign for it at this point. Yeah, the rest of the market may be coming back down a little bit. Let me go over here and let me take a look at the apples and stuff. Apple's still consolidating, but it's getting rejected still off of this resistance level up here around 156. AMD slowly getting rejected again from this resistance level at $87. Amazon still consolidating, but trying to hold support, and it is holding support, but look at this death cross coming over right now. Avgo getting rejected at the highs here, but this has had a pretty good run, so it's not like it's having any big issues. Bank of America, look at Bank of America after yesterday, it fell down all the way back down here to support. Even this morning, what happened this morning? This morning there was a panic in the banks, all the banks. Even Bank of America was having a small move down. I would say like a medium move down. And that was after that breakdown there. Wow, jeez. This is oil. We don't need to talk about oil. CVS coming down as well. Jeez. CVX, this is oil too. Yeah, jeez. Oil. Everything's on the verge of a breakdown here. Devian. Google's come back down quite a bit. This is because, again, of the chat GPT stuff we had been talking about. Home Depot, death crosses, inbound there. Home Depot is probably heading back down to the mid-250s at this point. Intel finding a bottom back here. This is normal for Intel. Intel, all it does usually is just kind of go with this weird sideways action. Go monthly. This is all the way back here to 2000. It's like the same level since it's been from 2000. It doesn't really move around that much. Not something I'd recommend trading, to be frank. JP Morgan, after having that bad day today, and yesterday, having a little bit of a rebound. Excuse me, guys. LA Check's doing fine. Lowe's okay. Macy's coming down. Oh, Macy's may be close to a breakdown here. MasterCard still doing okay, but looking at those death crosses, yeah. We may see a pretty bad April. From a technical perspective, we may see a pretty bad April. I mean, I could see it's kind of going more sideways here for part of March up until the point where we get the CPI data and the PPI data next week, plus the rate hike decision coming on the 22nd. But I think at the end of the day, that's kind of, that may push us down lower, but it's not going to cause too much more chaos. Technicals are kind of giving me a little bit more worried. The stock market technicals, because the stock market controls the crypto market, if you ask me at this point. So if I start to see Apple looking like it's going to be more bearish next month, and Google, that's a little bit of a problem there for us. DB. Anyhow, Tom, I think things are going to get really bad with the banks. I mean, so far it's not looking okay. I would encourage you guys to take a look here at CNBC and Fox Business, as they're kind of covering it when you guys can. I don't have cable, so I can't really watch CNBC like excuse me, the average person out there for CNBC or Fox Business or any of that type of stuff. French press tea, guys. French press tea. It's the way to go. This is black mango tea. Because black mango tea, or black tea in general, can be steeped for a very long time, and it doesn't turn bitter. If I have jasmine tea in there for this long, it'll taste disgusting. But yeah. So at this point, guys, yuck, yuck, yuck. But at least we're trying to hold for it now. And hey, Zachar, I hope that, I guess this is one way to jumpstart the recession. I mean, at this point, yeah, it really is. I'm really curious to see over the next few weeks, what does Jerome Powell do about this? Is he going to just stick to the 25 basis point rate hike, which I think he will because of all this news about Silicon Valley Bank, or is he still going to try to do something robust like a 50 basis point rate hike? I would say 25 this cycle, this meeting, another 25 the next meeting, and another 25 the next meeting after that. I think he's still going to be going straight ahead to fight inflation. And this will be a lesson to other banks to get your house in order, so to speak. Use it as an example. Hold on one second. All right, so we have a meeting March 22nd, then we have one April, and then we have one over here the 14th. So we'll have to see which one of these so here. Yeah, we'll have to see if they want to raise rates during any of these meetings or not, or if they start slowing things down, right? I don't know. Oh, am I zoomed in too much for this? No, it's just their freaking system sucks, I guess. Overlapping, geez, freaking government websites, am I right? Yeah, but we'll have to see if they actually make a big change or any type of pivot here as far as rate hikes are concerned. And hey, Daniel, good morning, Michael. Will the house market have a crash like 2008? At this point, I don't think so. How do I say this? The reason why it's probably, let's see. I don't know. I don't think it's going to crash because so many people are desperate to buy houses, and people that are desperate are willing to pay any freaking interest rate out there sometimes, as long as they can afford it. But at this point, this is like the issue with the market. So we're building houses, but it's not enough, obviously. Most people that can afford nice houses, they tend to get good paying jobs in the city. A lot of jobs nowadays are not letting you work from home like they did during the pandemic. They're trying to bring everybody back to the office for some really stupid reason, if you ask me. A community, you know what I mean? So most people are staying to their apartments at this point in time. Maybe condos may have a good time there, but even if the housing market goes down, let's say houses lose their value, which I think they are at this point, it's still more expensive to buy those houses because of interest rates. Like, rate to buy home. Oops. Yeah, so the current rate is around 7%, okay? It says 6.55, but if you look over here, about 7%. 7% is insane, 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 okay? Um, I don't know if I can go back even further than this. Okay, let's go over here. Okay. So you can see right over here, mortgage rates are kind of getting back to that place where they were back in 2008, way, way, way up here. And even though we had a crash in 2008, the most affordable time to actually buy a house was actually in 2012, because everybody was like dealing with the banks losing their houses bit by bit over here. People were in a recession. People couldn't find work, right? Remember, I think people forget about this. I'm a big political nut back in high school and stuff, and that's why I got a political science degree or minor. But you guys remember how in 2010, after Barack Obama was elected, after the 2008 election, you know how he got like trounced, or what do you call it, like the shellacking, in the 2010 primary, or no, midterms? It's because the economy was still shit. After all that, the economy was still really shitty. And that's why during that time people were losing their homes, all the jobs. Remember, he shipped over a shit ton of jobs over to China. So in Mexico, a lot of jobs left America during that time frame, and they just didn't come back, right? Because it was so much cheaper to keep them in China and India and stuff like that. Beth, go down. Uh, and so Really, 2008 really wasn't the time to buy a house. Because banks at the time kind of, remember, the banks owned the houses and the banks controlled the prices. The banks didn't want to see the house values go down, otherwise they'd be losing on money. You know what I'm saying? So it took a while for that to have an effect, and 2012 was really that time. But for now, I don't see there going to be some type of major crash just because there's not enough houses for everybody. And the fact that, but I guess, if people, until people can't afford the houses, we're not going to have a crash. And people can still afford the houses at this rate. Like if we go over here to Zillow, excuse me, guys. Gosh, hold on one second here, guys. I have something that can help me with my nose. I think, maybe. Oh, here it is. Hold on. It's a nasal spray from Amazon. There we go. All right, here we go. Zillow. All right. This is where we were looking for last time. That's an expensive area. We go over here to Seattle. Look at this, $895,000 house. No price cut. Wow, really? We'll have to see. Okay, so this is a beautiful house here, $895,000. My grandparents or my great grandparents used to have a house like this. At one point, it was valued at 1.1 million. Last time it was sold was for 429,000 in 2014. It's still like double at this point. It's still like double. Listed for sale 3.2. So this was just listed for sale. That's why 8 days ago. $950,000. No price cuts. Really, there's no price cuts on a lot of these houses. Oh, this was just listed a few. There's a lot of houses entering the market over the past few days. What the heck is going on here? 138 days into it. Okay, here, let's see if this has actually had any price cuts. Sold in 2011. Listed for sale in 2022. Price change. They cut the price by $4,000. Okay, $4,000. People, they don't want to sell for what they believe is way less than the value. Here's a house for $6 million. Beautiful, beautiful house. I know exactly where this actually house is. Listed for sale 9/10/2022. Nothing there. No price cuts. I mean, people aren't drastically cutting the value of their homes. They're just not doing it. Now, maybe in certain parts of America they are, but again, this is a 2,000 square foot house for over $1.1 million, built in 1925. Beautiful views, the mountains. Listed in no price cuts, no price cuts at all. But this was just listed. There's a lot of new houses entering the market. Why is that? Am I missing something? I think people are afraid there's going to be a crash, and they're just like, hey, let's move out now. Here's a $500,000 house for 1,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 1 bath. 4 bedrooms, 1 bath. What the heck? 4 bedrooms. Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. Listed for sale, 227. Why are there so many houses being sold? So I used to live in downtown Tacoma. I mean, there's a house over here being sold. Let's see, what is this? One of my friends, he lives over here. Or his parents do. He lives. Oh yeah, he lives right here. Cornerside house, beautiful, beautiful house. They have hedges and everything. Like you can walk through the hedges. Awesome. $1.6 million, built in 1926. The home, this value home was at 1.1 million in 2022. It was down at 964,000. Then they listed it for sale at 1.6. So like it is crazy. Like people don't care. People don't care at all. Again, the value of this home is about what was this? Where's that? Can I zoom in on this thing? I can't. Okay. In December of 2022, which was just a few months ago, the value was estimated at 964,000. They just listed the house for 1.6 million. Okay. Okay. So a lot of craziness coming out here right now. Even some of these houses over here. Let's see. This is a corner house. Little house, not the best side of not the best neighborhood, honestly, but built in 1915, listed for $850,000. It was valued at $651,000 before they did it. No price cuts. They just listed it for sale. Looks like here. It was just sold in 2018. I can't tell what that says here. Dude, why are all these websites just messing up so bad lately? But yeah, I mean, people aren't panicking about selling their homes for cheap rates. Like, there's tons of houses out here. Like, before I decided I want to move to Nicaragua, I thought about moving over here to Eatonville or around a lake or or over here because you can get big plots of land. No matter where you're at, like, let me go over here to more lot size, minimum of 5 acres, apply. All right, so let's go over here. So $700,000, you get this. Oh, is this a lot or a house? There you go. There's the house, right? Wooden house. Okay, I wouldn't buy this wooden house. But it has like a nice little driving area and everything like that. Ooh, look at that downstairs. Wow, that's the basement. That's kind of nice. $700,000 on 13 acres. That's actually not too bad if you ask me. Listed for $750,000, 10.5. Currently valued at seven. So wait, listed for $700,000. It believes the value is around $672,000, so it's above asking price right now. They lowered the price by $50,000. This is a country home, right? So it's in some parts it looks like it is, but not other parts. This is another one. Oh, but this is a nice house. This is $1.5 million, built in 1996, 5,000, almost 6,000 square feet. Holy moly! Yeah, this must have something. How does this have 6,000 square feet? What do you do at 6,000 square feet? Oh, okay. It's talking about the garage and stuff also. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. It talks about the garage and stuff also. Yeah, that is not 6,000 square feet house right there, unless there's like a basement and another level below that one. But yeah, you're definitely seeing that the housing market is still very strong. I don't know if we actually have a big crash here as far as the housing market anytime soon. For that, we really have to have, how do I say this? We have to go into a clear recession. The recession has to last for at least a couple quarters of people not having jobs and unemployment rates going like 5, 6, 7%, like a pretty bad recession. And then the people that that can't afford the payments on their houses, they go into default, and that's what causes the housing crash. It would take a while for that to happen because the economy, for the most part, is still not strong, but it's fine right now, guys. Like, the jobs are still coming in. Inflation's still high, but you can see the recessions on the horizon, right? It's on the horizon. So as long as it's there, you could probably say there's a chance for it. But at this point, it's not going to be happening soon if there is going to be one. I mean, look at the housing market, at least here. Maybe we can go to like Portland or something. Portland's usually, I don't know. I don't like Portland. Portland has a lot of homeless these days. Like here's a house for $4.6 million. Looks like it's up in the hills. Oh no, this is up in the farmland. Okay, we don't want to look at it. Nobody really wants a barn. Portland. Oh, I did 10 acres, don't I? I did 10 acres. I need to get rid of that 10 acres thing. Or 5 acres. Yeah. There we go. I was like, what the heck? There was totally homes in Portland, that one B spot. My uncle lives over here somewhere. Here, my uncle lives over here. Let's see. Let's go find a house over here. So $925,000, built in 1992. You know, it actually got listed at value price here. It's for $925,000. No price cuts just yet. Oh, it was just posted. That's why it was just posted like 4 days ago at this point. Pending sale. Oh, there was a pending sale and it didn't go through. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Probably didn't have the credit or probably couldn't afford the high rates, right? $695,000 here. Oh, it doesn't have the history. Oh, that's interesting. All right, but yeah, probably not going to happen for a while now. And hey, Haram, we need to start trading challenge to get the Discord more active. What do you call? I'm in talks with Fairdesk and BingX right now to do a copy trading thing with you guys. That way you guys can just copy the trades at like a 2 to 5% leverage play, following some of those change of characters. But I do need to find a way to get the Discord more active. I don't know how to do it because like even the people that I know that have like much larger view counts than me as far as streams are concerned, they still have trouble managing their Discords at this point. I think Discord channels and aren't being as promoted by Discord itself as much right now, especially in the crypto space, after what happened with Atlas Trading. If you guys don't know, if most people know what Atlas Trading is, I think. Atlas Trading was like the monster Discord channel out there over the past few years. And basically, the people that ran it were buying up loads of shitty stocks, like low market cap stocks that can be easily manipulated. They were buying loads of it up, waiting a few weeks, and then telling all of the people in Atlas Trading to buy the same stock. And then so when all the people that were listening to them bought up the stock, they were unloading their shares for large amounts of profit. And that's illegal. So they got caught. They're currently they've been charged with the crimes. I don't think their court cases have started yet. But yeah, so Atlas Trading was taken down by Discord, and I think Discord's been a little bit more cautious about those types of channels. But I do need to find a way to get more people into the Discord for sure. I will start promoting it at the end of every post that I do. I'm going to be doing a lot of quick updates for members especially, and then maybe I'll do some more for everybody else as well, where I give you guys quick updates. You guys will know the difference between a quick update video probably because I'll be wearing sunglasses or something. I'm going to run a test about wearing sunglasses, in part because my eyes have been getting really fucked up from actually looking at the screens, and my doctor keeps on saying I need to have eye drops because I'm getting dry eye and I need to stop looking at screens so much. But, you know what, I look at screens all day. It's literally what I do. From like morning till dusk, I'm looking at a screen. It's not particularly good, which is why I need to start having some type of those blue eye protection. And until I get those blue eye glasses, I guess I'll do sunglasses. But I did realize by looking at the data from my YouTube channel, I've only worn sunglasses a few times. The few times I've worn sunglasses, you guys enjoyed the video a lot more. Somehow, these simple Ray-Bans or my simple Burberry glasses, okay, the designer, but they're not like $1,000, they're like a few $100s. These make you guys trust me more and more likely to watch the entire video. YouTube data says that. I do not know why. I think that's because a lot of YouTubers out there, or the crypto bros, they wear sunglasses. And so somehow I built sunglasses are a trust signal. Me growing up all my life, glasses have made me look more intelligent. You know, like, I don't think I look bad here, but somehow glasses, you know, put them like this. Somehow there's more credibility with wearing glasses, right? People think you're a little bit smarter, a little bit nerdy. That's just like a fact people have pulled on for years. But when I wear sunglasses, you know, I can't even look at this screen here because it, like, like I can look at this here, but it actually matches the monitor, like, perfectly, where the whole monitor goes really dark for me. Well, this monitor right here is actually perfectly fine. I can see everything perfectly. This one over here, it just turns all black. So there's a different type of frequency or something going on there. But yeah, apparently YouTube says that you guys like sunglasses more. And so one of my friends was like, just follow the data and see where it goes. So for a lot of my shorter term videos, not the tutorials, just like, hey, short term update on Bitcoin, short term update on this, I'm going to be wearing sunglasses because that's apparently what works. Will I be making the open-faced thumbnails? No. I won't be going, you know, right? I think my thumbnails are great if I just like my standard pose where I'm just like this, holding my hand or something like that. Maybe I'll make a new one because I have the rings on my hands. But I don't know. I can't even wear the rings on my right hand because I play video games too much and I play using my mouse. It actually like chafes my fingers to have rings on my right hand. So that's why I have 2 rings on this hand instead of having like 2 rings on my right hand and 1 ring on my left like I normally would do. Using the computer too much sucks for your fingers. Wonder how Nashville homes are at the moment? I can check on them very fast. And hey, Monica, When you are ready to start copy trading, could you do a video on how to follow the trader on the settings? Leverage an amount to use equal to those actual settings used by a trader? Yes, I can. I'll show you guys how to do it step by step. I'm still in the talks to do it with Fairdesk and BingX, and so I can figure it out. Because I'll have them do a one-on-one meeting with me so I can clearly figure out how to explain it to all of you guys. Because I want to make sure, you guys don't, well, technically you guys wouldn't have any problems by the simple following method because I'm not going to be doing heavy leverages, not more than 5%. But it would be good just to have that backup there, if that makes sense, right? But yes, I will do a video for that. Also, what do you think, opinion on BGB? I bought some back at 32 cents. Do you think it will see around 20 cents before we go up? Honestly, I'm not sure because of BGB. We'll go to Nashville in a second here. Oh, that's Blackstone. BGB. There they go. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour. So you can see it's been having some pretty big dips here after. Come on, Monica. For those of you guys that know, me and Monica have been in this crypto coin for a long time, and it really paid off a few weeks ago. And we kind of just both sold off a large amount, and we've been looking for buying opportunities back into this. But you can see it did fall all the way back down to 31 cents or so. I would be dollar cost averaging back in here. At this point, because you are seeing more of these death crosses, the trends are turning back over, I would say, yeah, this thing could definitely hit back around the 20 cent range, come all the way back down here. Yeah, I can definitely do so. Especially if Bitcoin continues to fall, this market kind of gets nastier. In the short term, though, watch how it reacts above this 50-day moving average. And I think it'll break down possibly over the next 2 weeks or so. But before that, you may actually see a small little spike retesting the 20-day moving average or even breaking back above it. This is still a very pretty decent market cap, smaller market cap still, but not as much as when we first bought it. I would say at this point, yeah, there's a good chance I would be dollar cost averaging until there. But the way I normally buy this is I'm kind of watching, if you open up the Big app, you kind of just see what the day-to-day price of this is. I would just wait for that day where it's falling down a lot like it did yesterday, and just buy some up, and then wait for it to fall down again another time, buy some up, play those big dips there, and then eventually to pay off. Because those big dips, I don't think we've had one in a while here. These big dips, they're usually great opportunities in hindsight. All the way down here at 11 cents, a few days later was at 16 cents. Those big dips are usually pretty good because people have been loading up on BGB for a while. Remember, we've been loading up since 6 cents, and it ran up all the way to 51 cents. I don't know about you, Monica, but this is my best performing crypto coin of 2023. Excuse me, best performing one. And so, the whole time, even since the bear market started, this is the only coin that's actually really gone up for me. But this has started at 10 cents. I guess it got on here a while ago, but we bought it way over here when it was at 6 cents. Oh, that's even lower. Yeah, right around here, and it's definitely had the big move up here, big crash back down. But yeah, I'd say it could definitely hit 20 cents here. I'd be trying to buy it somewhere around 20, 22, 23 cents. But yeah, I would definitely. I've already bought back in as well. I think I bought back in around 35 cents or so. And I'm just kind of using some of that money that I sold off of to buy back in bit by bit. But yeah, I'd say 20 cents is pretty reasonable there. SVB has still not opened up on the market today. It's been about 2 hours since the market opened up, and Silicon Valley Bank is still halted. Still halted, everybody. Still halted. What's right here? Oh, Nashville. That's what I was going to say. All right, so Nashville. I don't know the nice parts of Nashville, but I see the Shelby Park area. That sounds like a total nice neighborhood name. For me. Oh, for me. Okay, sweet. So Zillow knows me. What everybody else is that? That's like the house from Despicable Me. Wow, that's a weird looking freaking house. Okay, $1.1 million built in 2007. Built in 2017. They made it look like that. Oh, geez. 3,000 square foot. That's a pretty nice house. They've gone up a lot. Not as much. Oh, wow. It's always weird to see the housing markets. This thing has been pretty steady since 2016, and it really piled up during the pandemic. But listed for sale 117. So this was just listed for sale in January. 8.3% less than I think the current value. 12,122 listed for sale. Oh, they tried to sell it last December though for 1.2, so it has come down $100,000. and it was sold in 2017 for $639,000, and now they're trying to sell it for 1.1. That's still like a $400,000 profit for just holding this for like 6 years. That's pretty darn good, right? Real estate's been insane right now. $1.6 million house here, 4,000. Why do people have these? Like, this is a Seattle trend too. This is a tech city trend or tech trend. These houses look disgusting to me. I don't know. Not even disgusting. They're just not my cup of tea. I like the houses where, even if it looks like this, that some houses, like the ones in Seattle, that have the upper deck balcony, so you can actually have like a sofa and stuff to overlook the city on the top. But maybe that's not that's against code over here. 4,000 square feet. They freak me out. Like, you look at the windows. Those windows freak me on the side too. And just freak me out. The thing is, like, I don't think people care about that stuff because they look so nice on the inside. These houses on the interior are absolutely beautiful. Look at that. You walk in the door, everything is so nice. I mean, it is a very, very nice house. It's just always the design on the outside is not my style. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look how much room you have to work with. Look, you could totally host a party here, no problem. So this was valued at $316,000 in November of 2022. It's currently for sale for $1.6 million. It was sold in 2008 for $40,000. No, sold in 2008 for $40,500. And you know, in 2020 it was worth $234,000. Now they're trying to sell it for 1.6. They must have done a lot of renovations on this house. A lot of renovations on this property. Estimated monthly cost is $9,865. That's with no mortgage insurance. Property taxes, $1,200, $1,300. Home insurance, $560. No HOA fees. That's always a plus. But my God, $1.6 million. I mean, Nashville. I mean, again, this is a $300,000 home right here. What the heck? Okay, $300,000 home. They didn't even take the trash out of the yard to take the pictures. Oh my gosh. Probably not the best neighborhood. You can see the grime on the bottom over here. $300,000 home. Okay, nasty. It's a work in progress home, built in 1966. Listed for $400,000. Now it's down to $300,000. So this has had a big cut, I guess. 6/16. It was listed for $400,000, and 8/1/2022 August it was moved down to $350,000, and I guess now it's listed for $300,000. I mean, some people are making it, but it seems like that person bought the house, couldn't fix it. Now they're trying to sell it and just make some of their money back, if any money back on the house. Like, holy shit. I mean, like, yeah, it's a crazy time, everybody. It's definitely a crazy time. Oh, whoa. Here, listen to this.
To the now wind down of Silicon Valley Bank. In their news release, the FDIC rather, says that Silicon Valley Bank Santa Clara was closed today by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, which appointed the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, as the receiver, so the administrator of this now wound down bank, or the process of being wound down bank. To protect depositors, the FDIC has created a Deposit Insurance National Bank of Santa Clara. At the time of closing, the FDIC, as receiver, immediately transferred to this new receiver bank all of the insured deposits that were held at Silicon Valley Bank. They go on to say that all insured depositors will have full access to their insured deposits no later than this coming Monday morning, March 13th. The FDIC will pay uninsured depositors an advance dividend within the next week, and those uninsured depositors will receive a receivership certificate for the remaining amount of their uninsured funds, that are held at Silicon Valley Bank. This is all happening as the FDIC sells the assets of Silicon Valley Bank, and when they do, future dividend payments will be made to those uninsured depositors. So the point here being, Carl and Sarah, a receiver bank has been now set up to basically take over all of the operations of Silicon Valley Bank. Those with FDIC insured deposits will have their money back, no problem. But the ones who have in excess of their insured deposit amounts. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with these certificates as they kind of go through this whole liquidation and sale process, guys.
Yeah, even offers a 1-800 number for those who have more to contact the FDIC. Would we argue, Dom, relatively swift action by the agency, the FDIC? Reports out of on the tape right now that the regulators actually showed up last night.
Okay, so just so you guys know, Silicon Valley Bank has just closed. Like, Silicon Valley Bank is done. It's done. What the heck is going on, guys? I mean, like, this is crazy. Like, within 24, 48 hours, a massive bank, like one of the largest venture capital banks in the country, just disappeared. Regulators came in there and shut it down. It got shut down forcibly. Bank run successful? Yep, bank run right there. Bank runs now to take out the other investment capital banks. They're not doing so good. Like, let's keep on listening, guys. Let's keep on listening.
Of the banking sector. Now, we already know, and we've been reporting on, Carl, Sarah, all of us, all our colleagues here have been showing some of the charts and some of the trading halts with regard to other West Coast banks that are certainly not Silicon Valley Bank, but have similar geographic footprints that are also now going down in value because there's a concern that depositors who had business with Silicon Valley Bank might also have business with some of these other West Coast banks as well. So a lot of this intervention right now happening very quickly, Carl, to your point, because of lessons learned in the past with regard to how you kind of ring fence these situations off to prevent that contagion fear from really taking hold, guys.
I think what it shows is that this is why we have an FDIC, right? To protect depositors and, to Dom's, I'll use his word, ring fence crises from becoming worse. If you have insured deposits, they're going to pay them out. If you have uninsured deposits, they're going to pay out a dividend. This is why there's a system, and this is why there's an FDIC regulator to protect banks. And this was a regulated bank. Dom, thank you.
You got it.
Be back in a couple of minutes.
Let me hide this back up here for you. Before I pass, I'm going to turn the volume down on my ears as well. But if we go over here and look at the banks, they're kind of down a little bit for the day. Not crazy. Some of them are actually up for the day. But here, if we just kind of hover over these charts, you'll see they have not been having the best week here. That's the thing. Look at the week. Down, 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 down. Everything has tanked this week as far as these banks are concerned, okay? Down, down. Like, nothing looks good. Nothing looks good. First Horizon Capital, that one's not doing good. That was at 25 bucks, now it's at 20. First Citizens Bank Shares Inc. Regional Bank, it was at 850 bucks. It looks like now it's at 640 bucks over the past couple months. These banks are having some issues. Wow. I almost wonder, yeah, go over here to Capital Trades. I wonder if there were any Democrats or Republicans or independents who sold investments in these types of companies over the last few days or weeks. Trades, financials. Let's see. Can I? Okay, no. Issue state, no. Can I search? I can't search by stock. That's a shame. Okay. Uh-oh. Scott Franklin in Florida. Back in February, he sold off a lot of Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan and PNC. This is Blackstone, Goldman Sachs. Okie Loki. Let's go to the next one. JP Morgan Chase here. Not a lot, but enough. Wells Spouse sold. That's not. Buy JP Morgan Chase. PNC. Dude, pull Bill Keaton. He's not making any wise investments. Michael McCall, Morgan Stanley. What committees are these guys on? Maybe I should go by committee. It only makes sense if they're on the right committee. Budget, financial services. Appropriations, banking, small business and entrepreneurship. Okay. This guy has more mix, so it's not too bad. Chris Jacobs selling off some. Democrats in the mix here too. Oh, who is that? Was that Mitch McConnell's spouse bought some Wells Fargo? Oh, only a small amount though. I'm looking for, how do I do the large market? No. Trade size. I'm looking for larger $50,000 to $100 trades. Okay, there we go. Trey Hollingsworth freaking buying up a bunch of Owl Rock Capital Corp. What the heck is this? Owl, so price at $13, $12. What is Owl? ORCC. ORCC. What is this? He's loading up on this. What makes this so special? This guy is loading up so much at $12.50. ORCC. Financial credit. A leading BDC focused on leading the U.S. middle market companies. Dividend 10.3%. Short float small. I'm going to buy some of this just to see where it goes. September 09, so not much here. September 9th. Not many trades coming in. I'm going to look at this company. What the heck? Why are they buying this? This chart doesn't look good at all. Why are they buying this? I'm saving this one. I don't know what the heck is Owl. I don't know what this is, but this guy is loaded up on it. I mean, like 100,000 to 250,000 here, 50,000 at least, 50,000, 50,000, $250,000 here at least, 50,000, 50,000, $500,000 at least, $500,000. Oh, this is for sorry, these two are for National Bank of Canada and J.P. Morgan Chase. Can I go over? Can I see what the heck is going on here? What the heck is? What is this company? Like, why? And the guy must be on some type of committee. Yeah. This guy's been investing for a long time in this bank, too. This is all the way back to June and stuff. But what is this bank? That's my tinfoil hat coming on. Sorry, guys. But what the heck is that bank? Okay. She sold off. This is back in June, so that's a while ago. So nothing here. So these are all. A lot of these are older trades here. Okay. What the heck is this bank? Owl Rock Capital Corporation. I'm looking at this closely from now on. I need to figure out what the heck that is. Hey Isaac, banks cashing out. Well, it seems like from all that type of stuff here that that news that even if you have over the $250,000 balance in that bank, you're gonna get all of your money back. So that's how much they're trying to fix this venture capital thing. Because remember, a lot of startups, people that are like in debt, whatever. A lot of startups have been using that bank. So let's go back to it very fast. CNBC still on.
The UK, but it's not good enough for us. We want to see that come down. I think when you look at the last few months, you are seeing a moderation. But as we've said before, you're going to have unpredictable bumps in the road. I think there's lots of signs that things are moderating, that we're moving in the right direction. But I'm, I never want to get ahead and be a predictor of future economic statistics. If I did, there'd be too many scars on my back.
We'll wait till Tuesday. We don't have a problem with that, Gene. We do appreciate your time,
Gene.
though, very much. Gene Sperling.
Thanks for having me.
Turning back to the demise of the Silicon Valley Bank, got to bring in Deirdre Bosa, who
This is
has
bad,
more
guys.
color
This is
after
bad.
The FDIC shuts it down.
Yeah, my phone is blowing up right now, Sarah. A lot of concern, especially from startup founders and investors. I just heard from one founder who said that he just got his SVB bank account approved a few days ago, and he was about to wire millions of dollars of seed money into that account. He didn't, but his anxiety is rising now. So he dodged a bullet in that he didn't actually put his money in Silicon Valley Bank, but he's saying that the longer he waits, the more chance that some investors will bail since, and I quote him here, the sky is falling again. I know that other founders as well were not able to get their money out in time. In fact, I spoke to one VC investor this morning that said that some of the founders were actually lining up at the bank, at bank branches, to try and get cashier's checks. That's how desperate the situation here is on the ground. And there's a lot of questions that people are just trying to figure out right now, continue to try and figure out. But what happens to the tech ecosystem because of this failure of the most important bank in the Bay Area, in Silicon Valley, in tech? We've said it a bunch of times this morning, but about half of all startup money goes through this bank. So its failure is integrated into the system in terms of debt financing in so many different ways. Right now, I think that founders and investors are trying to figure out how much they can get out. Maybe that's only $250,000 because that's what's insured by the FDIC. On Monday, there's still hope that maybe someone will swoop in here. But again, this is moving very, very quickly, guys, and the ramifications are only starting to be sorted out.
Yeah, I think that's why FDIC had that notice for those who obviously had more at stake. It does have implications for how you manage operations, how you make payroll, depending on your exposure to the bank and your startup.
Deirdre, who's exposed?
Yeah.
Do we know the list of startups? What is it, half the startups in this country have funding
exactly.
from this bank?
I think you can say half the startups in the country, but it goes beyond that because this is very much an American tech ecosystem story, but this is also a Chinese tech ecosystem story because a lot of the startups, we know that China is the second most active venture capital market in the world, a lot of them turned to Silicon Valley Bank, which opened up operations and started to serve Chinese companies decades ago. So they're trying to figure out what to do as well here because they couldn't be served by the global banks because of rising bilateral tensions, because of regulations. They couldn't turn to the cities and HSBCs of the world. So there's going to be fallout here as well, guys, and this is just really only the beginning. But when you think about where Silicon Valley Bank stood here, I mean, it had a very different deposit base, right? They would loan against equity that wasn't even public yet. They loaned against the earliest stage startups, even wineries, I have to say. 2% of their loans was for something called premium wine, and that included wineries and wine producers, and also to something they call innovative economic influencers. Back to you.
Deirdre, we got to go. Thank you. You're going to be doing a lot of digging, and those names are going to come up. Look, I would just watch the bond market, lower yield, signal. This is all changing the way the market thinks the Fed is going to react.
Biggest drop.
All right, there we go. Let me hide some of this stuff here. But yeah, I hope that kind of lets you guys understand the chaos that it's unfolding right now in the system. I know the market is, for the most part, actually fairly calm today. This is going to have more of an impact than you guys think down the road. It is absolutely wild how this is playing out right now. Because again, none of this was on our radar just a few days ago, guys. None of this was on our radar. So we'll see how all this works out. I'll talk to some of my contacts in Seattle about if they know anything special about this, because I know a couple people that work for Silicon Valley Bank, but I don't know if they're supposed to be talking at this point. But yeah, guys, yeah, the way this is all headed, everybody, it's just not the best of times. This is a huge red flag for the market over the next few months, guys. A major bank just vanished like that. And again, a lot of venture capital money was placed at this bank, and I mean a lot of it, okay? So now there's a fear that other banks are going to have situations like this. And if other banks start to go down like this, I don't know what happens next. Right now, you're going to be seeing a lot of these banks that are under pressure today, or over the past few days. They're going to be looking for funding and hush, quiet funding so they can keep on going through business as usual and kind of survive this kind of FUD wave. Think of what Binance and KuCoin were doing when FTX was going down. They were secretly making sure they had everything set up so if there was any run on their banks, so to speak, or run on the exchanges, they would be able to survive. That's what's going on right now. But guys, I'll talk with you guys a little bit later on today around like 6 o'clock to kind of go over what's going on now, I think. I might have been streaming too much over the past few days, so I don't think notifications are going out. I'm going to try to verify that, and but I'll try to go to at 6 o'clock again tonight, and then maybe I won't stream so much Saturday and Sunday, so it gives time for my notifications to build back up on YouTube. But guys, this is just not the good news you wanted to hear. Silicon Valley Bank is just kapoof. It's gone now. And there's going to be carnage around this for the next few weeks here. This is not like something that's just going to end all of a sudden. It's way worse than you guys think, and the market's just trying to absorb it, I would say, right now. So it's really, really bad for the market. However, the reason why the market, I would say, is holding up, this is an easy way to explain this, is because now it says that Jerome Powell is not going to be raising interest rates over the next couple of weeks to 50 basis points. It's going to stay at 25, and maybe he won't raise much after that because of this big bank disaster. That's still kind of a question if he'll keep on raising rates, but next one is definitely going to be 25, not 50, and that's giving the market a little bit of a pause for today, which is good news for the market, but also really bad news for the economy because a major bank just went kaplat. And while we're talking about it, I don't think the majority of America knows what's going on with this bank and how big it's actually integrated into the tech system. And, you know, the Silicon Valley, whatever, it's just tech. Silicon Valley isn't the heart of tech all the time now. You got tech in Florida now, you got tech in New York, you got tech in Seattle, you got tech in Texas now, right? Austin. All over the place. So right now, there's probably a lot of startup companies that didn't take their money out. They have to figure out a way to pay their employees for the next few weeks since they don't have their bank account anymore. That's how drastic this is. So they're going to have to go to another bank, get out a loan and say, hey, we need this, you know, and how do I say this? When you're a startup, you don't just have a whole bunch of money flowing in from selling your product. You go to a bank or you go to a venture capital system like Silicon Valley Bank or Murdaugh. And from there, what happens is you give your case of why you deserve so much money valuation and say, hey, we're going to be offering to sell 10% of our company for a $20 million seed investment, okay? And then boom, you got yourself a deal. You get $20 million into your bank account, taken over to Silicon Valley Bank. And so you can start paying your people. You can start investing in your corporation. You can start building it up with that seed money. And as time goes on, you can have more seed rounds, you know, seed A, B, C, D rounds of investing, seed rounds. But if you get let's say you got like $20 million of seed investing, you put it in Silicon Valley Bank. Right now, you don't even know if you can access it, or if you can access it, it may take weeks or months. So how do you pay your new engineer that you just hired that got laid off from Facebook or something that's still making $100,000? How can you pay him his paycheck if you literally don't have the money? How do I even get paid? Like the CEO, how would I even get paid? All of those things are going to be in question now. It's an interesting one, everybody. I'll see you guys a little bit later, but keep it, guys, please watch CNBC or Fox Business or Bloomberg. This is something you guys should see. If you guys are at work, don't watch it, obviously, but if you guys are at home or if you guys don't have cable, just type into your phone or your computer, CNBC live stream free. It'll be one of the top results that is